So my experience is that I had asthma for 25 years, and I could, from the earliest memory, I had difficulty breathing. That included many trips to the hospital. It included always having inhalers with me of every color, shape, and size. It included being athletic, but always having this lingering challenge of sometimes not being able to breathe, and really scary times where sometimes all of the inhalers didn't work. And I experienced that up until the age of 28, and then was very lucky to have found Sasha and her late husband Thomas, and they were offering a webinar. No, actually, it was back in the day, it was an in-person seminar. So I went to an in-person seminar in Woodstock, New York. And from that day forward, I understood that there's this funny thing about asthma, which is you feel like you can't breathe. So there's this drive to keep pushing into that and keep trying to breathe more and get that air, and feels like starving for air. But with the realization that it's actually, the physiology is a little bit opposite. It's counterintuitive. And that is that the asthmatic symptoms are protective. They're actually trying to conserve homeostasis in the lungs. So when we fight with our symptoms and push more into trying to breathe, or we use medication to kind of cement open the airways, we're now disrupting the protective mechanism of our body. And Buteyko said asthmatics are the lucky ones in that they have this mechanism that helps to preserve homeostasis in their lungs, and therefore in their cells and their cell physiology. So as we do different things that are common in modern medicine, we work against the body. And that is why asthma is a chronic degenerative condition under modern medical care. Luckily, with the understanding actually that your body is trying to do the opposite, your body is trying to get you to breathe less. And with that simple phenomenon, once you experience it, we're sitting down and doing a practice, and by the end of the practice, breathing less and noticing that your airways are more open, it's really like an aha moment. It's like, oh, my body it was whispering this whole time or screaming this whole time, and it wanted me to just learn how to breathe less. Then breathing less becomes its own journey and process, and it becomes even better than the best rescue inhaler. It becomes something that you can do anytime, anywhere. There's no negative side effects, and it becomes kind of a deep journey towards our healing and our wholeness. And that's why I am a perpetual student after 11 years, in addition to being a teacher for 11 years. So that's a little bit about my story, and also how medicine tends to get it wrong, because they're fighting against the natural mechanism of the body, which is to reduce the respiration with all the congestion, the wheezing, the coughing, the constriction, the spasm. All of that is the body's just trying to reduce the load and the depth and frequency of respiration. It's actually trying to, and effectively doing that. So Buteyko in his day found that asthmatics, although they had this really challenging symptom, generally were long-lived and overall had relatively good health. The medication that we're prescribed now complicates that and can have some significant side effects.